Hi, Kitchen Talk family. Welcome to Kitchen Talk, and this is another wonderful episode. Today, we're going to talk about no down payment. Really? All of you investors out there that are looking to buy real estate, okay? If you want to be a real estate investor, these are the things that you probably need to know. Now, there's a lot of people out there that's talking about real estate. When's the best time? What's the best location? But I'm going to talk to you today about some things that you possibly need to know about what is the best property to buy. And is it really your own down payment or is it going to be somebody else's money? So we're going to talk about that today. Today on Kitchen Talk, we also will have Diana Dikes. She is our mortgage specialist. She will be on the show. And she's going to talk about some of the financing opportunities that may be available for those investors. Another part of the show, we're going to talk about iBuyers. Now, some of you may know of iBuyers as instant cash offers. Those are these mailers that you may receive in the mail that has a picture of your home, and it is saying, we'll pay cash for your house. You don't need to do anything. Well, that's fine. But thing about iBuyers are that they are investors, but they're trying to maximize their profits. And we're going to talk about that in the show today. So we're going to start the show with the Census Bureau so we can see if you guys have been registering, and we'll come back.
It will help small business, not just barbershops, but all small businesses.
The future is in education.
The biggest improvement I'd like to see is the road.
We need parks and civic space.
I will definitely tell my friends to complete the census.
It's important to figure out where we're going as a country.
Welcome back to Kitchen Talk. I'm your host, Leanne Moore, and we're talking about, really? No down payment? There is a down payment. So we're going to talk about today investing, being independent, being financially free, and how would one start that process? Now, I'm sure all of you know about the home investors that you might see on TVs. I get calls all the time. Leanne, what about this infomercial? This guy is saying, I could be an investor. I don't need any money down. You don't have to have good credit. Well, that's not all true. I've always said, if anybody's going to go on an infomercial like that, then it's not always that great, because you have to remember, a lot of those packages that you buy on those commercials are almost as high as over thousands of dollars to go through that program. And once you go through that program, they might teach you how to find properties, how to do the numbers, work with contractors, things like that. But when it gets down to actually buying the property, you're going to need some money. So on that point, if you're out there and you're thinking about buying real estate, most people would think about buying single family homes. Well, that's fine. But have you ever thought about buying multi-units? Because you have income there. With income, you'll be able to live there free. That might pay for your mortgage. If you are working, then you will have that extra income. It will just generate more income for you. And sometimes they're cheaper than a single family home. So if you do that, you're wondering, well, where am I going to get the money to do that? Well, we're going to talk about that. So if you are interested in buying multifamily properties, you don't have to be a real estate agent to be an investor. Now, a lot of investors don't speak highly of us. As I consider myself a real estate agent, advisor, consultant. I say all of those because I'm very knowledgeable. I have 24 years in real estate in California, and I have 14 years of real estate in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've worked with many different buyers, from the modest to the luxury buyers. some are first-time home buyers, some are buying multi portfolios. So, most people will want to know, well, how do I get this money? So there are several different things. Now you have general partners in some real investment companies that they're the ones that generally have the money, and they are looking at projects or looking for projects that's going to make sense, like 16 units, 84 units, 100, 360 units. But if you are starting out, I would suggest going towards a 2 to 4 units, because if you go past 4 units, then you're going to be in commercial. And if you go 16 units, you will find that you will have to have a resident manager. So it's a lot of things you need to know about being an investor. The biggest thing is educating yourself. If you educate yourself, then you know what to do. You have to have good mentors. You have to have, friends around you that think like you. You have to have that fortitude and that ambition to go out and know what you're looking for. You got to have a good real estate agent so they can help you. You do the numbers and look for properties that are going to be suitable for you. So, having said that, if you're working right now and you're bringing in a salary, you're bringing in an income, and right now you're out buying Gucci bags, and my friend Diana Dikes is going to be on the show pretty soon, and she's going to talk to you about, and she's probably going to get on you about buying things that don't make sense if you want to buy real estate. Okay, so when you're out buying fancy cars, no home, you have to rethink things, because that's money that you will need for your property. Now, so you don't want to go out and you don't want to buy all these luxurious things. You want to save your money. You don't always want to keep it in the bank forever, because you don't get that much interest in the bank. Now, if you're ready to buy, you got to have at least 3.5%, and that's through a Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae type of mortgage. Okay, and say you need $10,500 on a $300,000 property unit, 2 unit. Okay, you only need $10,500 down. So you're saying, well, if I don't have it, that's something you can work towards to, in some of these loans, and our mortgage specialist is going to talk about it. Some of this you can borrow it. It can be gifted to you, and that is your down payment. You also will have closing costs. That's a start, but you have to be disciplined to be able to have that money and know the properties that you're going to be purchasing. So multi-units is what I think would be the best opportune property. Now, is it the timing? We're in a slight recession right now. People are saying, I want to wait to buy real estate until, the bottom hits. No, you don't want to do that, because the banks are not going to give you any money. Okay. And if you're trying to find money, you want to be able to get your hand on it right away. And that takes me back to the general partners. You can go to investment clubs. You can talk to your family, your friends. You can start an investment club where people put their monies together, and they actually help one person or another person to purchase properties. And that's how it works. You own property. You can purchase property in your own community. You'll have a beginning to financial freedom. And if you want to get a single family home later on down the road, you can do that. So I'm going to bring Diana Dikes on, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. We're also going to talk a little bit about the iBuyers, the second half of the show. So I'm going to bring Diana Dikes up, and we're going to talk about what needs to happen. Lady D.
Good morning. Good. Busy, busy, busy. A lot of people doing refinances, purchases, okay. Busy doing that, taking their financial wealth out. They bought a home 2 years ago, and now they're financially wealthy. 40,000. I mean, we're talking a bus driver. A school bus driver that is taking money out that they bought their home 2 years ago because now they have $40,000 that they can utilize. So
Right.
I love to see that. I love to see financial wealth. Love to see it.
Everybody, this is Diana Dikes. She's our mortgage specialist. She is very knowledgeable about loans. And if you're just joining us, we're on Kitchen Talk with Leanne. And we're talking about really no down payment. And if you want to be an investor, okay? So, and we're also going to talk about iBuyers. Those are cash instant investors that are offering homeowners cash. So we're going to see if we have any visitors out there this morning. We have Mr. Joe Chase. Well, hello there, Brother Joe Chase. Good morning. How are you? Glad to see you today. All right. Now, we're looking for people to give us your comments on the show. This is going to be a good show, everybody. This is stuff that, you know, people have been asking Diana about. People have been asking me about. You know, I see these commercials. I want to be an investor. And, you know, you don't need any money. Yes, you do need money. You have to have money. Diana, tell us about
Sure.
Down payment assistance. Now, as I said earlier in the show, you know, there's a lot of ways people can be investors. You can work with general partners and syndicators. You can go to investment groups. You can pitch your property to say, oh, I found this multi-unit. The cap rate is good. You know, it's you know, 60 units. It's 90% occupied, you know. Now, that's a little high in terms of going through the down payment assistance program. But if somebody wants to start from ground level and they want to buy units, you can buy units on FHA, right? Talk a little bit about that.
Okay. We're here. The FHA, if you wanted to buy units, okay, say that you wanted to buy a duplex. A duplex, you can buy it. You can get the down payment assistance program. You have to have at least a 640 FICO score. You can even veterans use your VA. Time to use it. Don't just be hidden secrets, you know, secret agents, and not utilize your wealth management skills that you're getting off of Kitchen Talk, off this show. So basically what you can do is you can utilize, buy a duplex, have Miss Wonderful Leanne Moore show you, come into my program. I have a home buyer class the second Saturday of every month. It goes over budget, it goes over costs, it goes over hazard insurance, it goes over warranty, it goes over lending, it goes over what's going on in the market today. It's a HUD certified class. At the end of that class, you get a certificate. That certificate, it's 6 hours. We feed you all day. That certificate gets you into the home buying power for down payment assistance. For example, if you bought a duplex, the home buyer home is possible for Nevada and calhafa.com for California. The home is possible get you about 3 to 4% down payment assistance. CalHAFA gets you about 3.5%. You have to stay in your home for 3 years. You cannot refinance. You can't do anything for 3 years. That's the objection of getting the free money. When you get that money, and Leanne and I give her the pre-qualify letter, the 222, your 2 years tax returns, your 2 months bank statements, your W-2s, 2 years, your pay stubs for a month, your ID, 2 IDs, your driver's license and social security. We then help you, okay? And we put everything into the system. You have to get what's called a desktop underwriting approval along with your certificate. Just because you have a 640, you might have a lot of still collections with student loans. And we go over all that. I'm helping people for free, tell them, you know, but you know, credit is king. Credit is king. And our investors out there, we have high end. We did a class last month and we set up at the HUD Center free credit counseling. It only costs you $25 to get your credit report. And we've helped somebody for 4 months and now they're closing on their home. They closed last week, but for our community and all communities to take. Hear us and Leanne seriously. When you're an investor, you grow wealth. You buy a duplex, you can put that down payment assistance money, and you can use the other half rent, Leanne, to help you qualify a duplex or a fourplex. So you don't have to be a so-called investor or pay $1,500 or $3,000 to go this free investing. There is nothing free. It is going to take a little work. Yes, the down payment assistance money is free, but you have to qualify. Right. A lot of people come in and they hand that certificate to me and they say, I want the free money. We have to get out of that mentality of entitlement, okay? We're here to help you, Leanne and I, but investors, our high-end investors, this is a time to buy because, you know, there is multitude people are looking to rent because they can't qualify. And they have good jobs, they just don't have the credit. You know that one of my clients that attended the class, she couldn't find a home to rent because now most of the property managers are asking for 600 FICO score. Yep. So, however, it is all over the news. I'm getting it. They're asking me to head up the minority firms at big agencies, big lenders, because lives matter, right? With all this, that people are tired, you know, the people in the lower educate you. I mean, you know, we all want to be heard. The best way to be heard is financial wealth. Credit gets you a job. Credit gets you in the home. Credit gets you your car insurance. Credit. If you are overqualified for a job and you have bad credit, they're going to get someone that's less qualified because they have good credit. We educate. I'm a HUD educator as well. It's almost like I want to put my kidney on this station today.
And you know, managing and growing my wealth is the priority in my life.
It is.
Think positive, then that is the start of being financially wealthy.
So we want to reach out to our higher end. We have bank statement programs. For example, a real estate agent walked to my office and she wanted to buy 2 properties and the owner occupied hers. She says, I've been a real estate agent now for 4 years. It's time. She brought me her tax returns. I analyzed her tax returns and she only made $300 a month because by the time she wrote everything off, and I don't hate the game. You know, you have that right. You don't want to pay all those taxes, you know. So by the time I finished, she, with a bank statement program, she was making $10,000 a month. So we have those what's called non-QM programs for our higher end investors. I have hard money. I got someone a bridge loan, a hard money loan. They needed the money today because they were waiting for a 1031 exchange. We also entertain 1031 exchange, taking properties for our higher end. So we want to entertain our higher end investors at this time, but that's becoming an investor start somewhere. And then investors come into town, Leanne and I will help you. She knows where those diamonds in the rough are.
That's right. And that's why I wanted to do this show because, like I said, a lot of people were asking about, you know, can you invest? You can start now. You can start now. Get pre-approved. Get pre-approved so you won't have to think that you can wait till it's a recession and you're going to get a good deal, because banks are not going to come offer you anything. Okay. And like I said, if you're looking to purchase and you want to be an investor, start off with some units. You don't have to buy in California. You don't have to buy in Vegas. You can buy in New Orleans or you can buy in Tennessee. Contact me. I can refer you to a real estate advisor in those states. Diana Dikes can handle your loan.
50 states. 50 states.
That's right. In that area. So you want to have a professional to work with you. So when you're out or when you're ready to go, you're telling us, look, I want a certain cap rate. I want my units to be this. I want my units to be that. We can help you find that. And you can start off with 2 units, 4 units, live in one, have the income, and you're starting for your financial freedom. And you're buying perhaps in a community that will help somebody else to rent from you. Now, there's been a discussion about, you know, rent. Now I can't think of it.
Rent to
No, not
own?
rent to own. It's the rent control. Sorry.
Rent control.
When you buying properties, and a lot of investors are not happy about that to some extent, because that is actually putting a cap on how much money, how much income they can make on that particular multifamily property. So again, if you want to get into investment, you have to do some research.
Right.
You got to know the
Leanne can
math.
do it for you. Leanne
That's
can
right.
find those homes.
That's right. You
Yeah.
got to know the math. You got to know what your net operating income is going to be at the end of the day. Are you going to have a management company to, if say, for example, you're living in one, that's great. But as you move up, you can take some money out of that property, right, Miss Diana?
Yes.
Eventually,
Yes.
and buy another unit. So you have to start somewhere in order to be financially free. Okay.
Right.
There's a lot of investment clubs out there. There's a lot of organizations that are willing to help you buy property, but you got to be smart about it. Your family will gift you 10,000, your friends. But if you haven't been serious, then you won't get anywhere.
Right. You cannot borrow money to get into a home, but you can get a gift from, you'd be surprised. And then a lot of people are sitting on their 401k thinking, I don't want to touch it until I retire. That's what a 401k is for. They will allow you to take a certain amount out to buy a home. Utilize that 401k. All right. Don't let it sit in the bank and let that company, your company, gain interest on your money.
That's right.
Just because they're matching it. They're matching it so they can get double interest off your money. Utilize it. It is the law. That is what a 401k, part of it is to purchase a home. You won't miss it. You won't miss it. You're not going to take all of it out. You will not miss it. So this is really, really important about knowledge and education, and, not feeling entitled. Don't, I have people walk in my office and they sit down, Leanne, and they're upset with me because they got bad credit and bad spending habits, and they're buying Jordans, and they're buying stuff, and they're buying hair weaves, and they're buying. I love Jordans. I love how women look good. Do whatever you want. I get it. However, you got to sit while you're watching TV and look at those four walls, and that landlord can come on any moment and say, you're out, because September 1st is when the landlords can go in and evict people that are not paying their rent. People are calling me up saying, oh my God, I might have to live in my car. I said, what have you done to change your life? What have you done to spend, save your spending habits? That when COVID started releasing and relaxing, do you know that Ross and Marshalls and all those stores, there were lines, waiting in line for what? To buy stuff.
And a point,
amazing.
Yeah.
I drove by and I was like, amazing. Do you even have $20 in the bank? You're going to Starbucks and spending $200 a month in coffee, and you don't even have that in your bank.
Right. A point that you made earlier about renting. When people say, oh, come over to my place, or come over to, it's not your place.
Your place.
It goes right back to what you said. Your landlord can, eventually say, we're going to increase your rent, or we're going to need that unit. You have to start thinking about positioning yourself to be a homeowner, a multi-unit owner. Start somewhere. Because again, when you're able to purchase that multi-unit, you can eventually refinance, take some money out of that, put it into another unit, and so on and so on. And that is the way you build portfolios. Diana, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. But everybody, this is Kitchen Talk. You're with Diana Dikes and Leanne, your host of the show. We hope you're tuning in. If you're out there, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe. I believe this show is now going on YouTube as well as Facebook. So be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified of any of our new shows that come up. All right, we'll be right back. This is a sponsor, Bell Home Care Incorporated. With our gentle touch, we will care for you with all our hearts. Bell Home Care Incorporated, California home care provider, assistance with activities of daily living. So we're back with Diana Dikes, Kitchen Talk with Leanne. This is an interactive show. We're talking about really no money down. And again, you have all of these shows out there that's selling these packages that's telling people that they can buy investment property. Those people are actually investors, and they have a lot of properties. They're teaching you how to actually go out and buy real estate, what to look for, do the numbers. And when it comes down to it, you're going to need money. If you want that property in your name, how are you going to buy it? So a lot of them have general partners, they have syndicators, they have investment groups. You bring these projects to them, and a lot of them are saying, thank you, because a lot of them are not going to give you the money right out. They're going to want to be partners with you. So if that percentage that you're getting is actually going to be worth it, then that's what it is. They want you to go out and find the properties, and they will help you with the down payment. Then you can try to get the property in your name. Of course, there's some documents going to be signed that they're going to want a percentage and probably a split on that property. So that's how that works. But if you want to be an investor, start looking at around you, yourself. What can you do? You can start yourself. Like Diana said, go through down payment assistance, talk to your family, talk to a lot of friends, build an investment group of your own in your own community. And then you all have these properties where you all are partners. Okay. So that is a good start. But you'll need a real estate professional a lot of times to assist you in finding that right property. You got to ask the right questions. You got to look at the communities that you're buying in. What are the rents? When's the last time the rents have been increased, or should they be increased? You also want to look at the deferments in those units. How much do I have to put into those units to maximize the market rent for that particular area? So those are a lot of things that you can do. You can do that without me, okay? You can do that without me. But when it comes down to the actual transaction, you will need a real estate professional. And that's when the real estate advisors come in. So Diana, you're talking about a lot of these down payment assistance programs, or if there are people out there who have their own cash, okay? And you're saying, no, don't keep it in the bank, get serious about buying. What would you suggest them to do? Come in, talk to you? What would be the process if they're interested in starting the purchase process?
Sure. Work with a specialist. I've been doing this mortgage. I'm not just a mortgage specialist. My team and I have a team. Okay. And I don't just, we're in it for heart too. We care. Work with someone that you can talk and call. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, these rates, going to, we don't quote rates, but Home is Possible is out there, and it's public knowledge for Nevada. Like a veteran can get as low as 2 3/4. Okay, with 2% closing cost assistance. There's rates as low as that right now, or 3 7/8. It just depends. Those are public knowledge for the down payment programs. Work with a specialist. Work with someone that's been doing it. People say, I know you've been doing it that long, but we're here to help you. We are here to educate you. We are here to want to help you and make it happen, okay, for you. We're not here to, and then the system, if you're in line and you're not ready now, we'll update your file. You got to let us know and communicate with us also on, like people say, like I tell a young lady yesterday, I will not pull your credit until August 1st because you need to pay these few things off. Looking at Credit Karma, you know, my team and I, we were telling her yesterday that she had to pay a couple things off. So we work with an educated team, work with people that are educated, not just a computer that's going to tell you, oh, you know, Quicken, and it's Quicken is everything but Quicken, you know, and work with somebody that you can do this to, a Zoom call that you can see, that you can talk to, that's going to have a heart for you and your family. And it does take time to process. You get upset when we tell you that you have to do this, this, and this. And, you know, it is part of the process. Just like going to get your car, your engine changed. They're going to tell you, you need this oil. You need to pull up your hood, and this is the type of oil we need. Don't get mad at us because we're educated. Leanne and I are the educators to help you.
And we're trying to give them that information so that they will be able to know what to do.
Right. And it is so, it is demanding now for us to get it right and make it happen. And we work umpteen amount of hours to get your paperwork right. The number one person that stops their process is you. Because you don't give us the 222, you keep lagging on paperwork. I'm going to get it. Or you have child support going to give you $100 or $200 a month. If you're separated, it has to be a legally separated, recorded at the court, stamped, a legal separation with everything in that. FHA will take that. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will not take that. You have to, if you had a foreclosure way in the past, we had a couple come in, they had 2 foreclosures and their attorney forgot to put the foreclosure into their bankruptcy. Wow. So the time period is 4 years, but now it's 7 years because that attorney, make sure you pick an attorney if you're going to file bankruptcy. In this forbearance, if you're in a forbearance and you want to refinance, you have to be up to date. And I can either find investor, because I broker out, that will take it while you're up to date, or you might have to wait 3 months to make full 3 months payment to be current. If you're forbearance on your credit card, some of the lenders aren't taking that. They're not going to give you a home loan. You did all your credit cards in forbearance. We understand there's problems, but listen to that. Don't get upset with us when we're educating you. Right. And we work real hard for our careers. Just please make sure that there's a lot of stuff out there. Our higher
and
end,
you know, one of the things I'm going to talk about.
People that have the 2222,
right?
That's how quickly we can put them into a home.
Wow.
3 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
Because they follow the process. There was an African-American young woman, you know, and I had her speak in my class because of all this hate with police. There's some good police out there. Right. They're trying to save our communities. She stood up. She got me the 222. She closed yesterday. Her aunt had sent me, she was with a real estate agent looking for months, but the real estate agent, I said, why are you looking when you don't even have a pre-qual in your hand? Leanne doesn't work like that. Yeah, you got to have a pre-qual in your hand. Fortunate enough, she got a big gift from an uncle. Okay. Yes. But she did everything we said do, and she closed in 3 weeks. Leanne,
that's what I'm saying. If you can get the funds from a family member or
a gift,
gifted, you can start your purchase. So everybody, this is Kitchen Talk. You're with Diana Dikes. I'm your host, Leanne Moore. And we're talking about really no down payment. And that is OPM, other people's money. Okay? Other people's money. And we're going to have another part 2 of this. Because, you know, we have these big investors that want to be investors, and I'm going to talk about that next on iBuyers, but I'm specifically talking to those who want to start out. You start out small and you build your portfolios, but you got to be serious about it.
Right.
You have to be serious about it. Now, if you don't need that down payment assistance and you have that down payment, then you're ready to go, you know? But you got to be educated, like Diana said, and know what type of property that you need to purchase. So also too, if you're a homeowner out there, we're going to talk about, and Diana's going to join us a little bit in the show about refinancing, because I want to talk a little bit about iBuyers. And Diana, I'm going to put you in the casting room for a minute, and we'll pop you back up because I know you got a lot of clients you got to work with right now. Okay.
Ready for more.
All right. So, you know, we're talking about iBuyers. iBuyers are instant cash investors. These are the people that you actually get these postcards in the mail. If you're a homeowner that has the picture of your house in, I'll buy your house for cash. They're very popular. You see them on commercials. I don't want to name them, but they're out there and they're really trying to get properties under market. Okay. And I have been approached by a lot of homeowners that said, Leanne, I have to move out of state, or, you know, my house needs so much work and I got to go, you know. Being in real estate for 24 years in California, I have worked with many very good investors, investors that really are not out to take advantage of the homeowner. Yes, they are looking to make profit, but they are actually fair. But when you deal with people who are actually going to come to your house, they do something called an algorithm. And what that is that they have a system on how they feel that your house, what your house should be purchased for. Now, if you get that and you call them as the homeowner and you do not consult with a professional on really trying to focus on what your home or multi-unit or whatever commercial property might be, you might be giving your property away. And I always say, and I've heard it out there too, that you do not go to court without a lawyer. You do not go through a real estate transaction without a real estate professional who knows how to negotiate with you. So these investors, what they do is they'll approach you, they'll call you, they'll come by your house, they'll tell you, I can close your house in 7 to 10 days. That sounds very enticing. Homeowners are very curious about that. And then they'll send you the offer. Now, remember, you never found out what your home is really worth. You're going on what someone is actually sending you in the mail, what they want to buy your home for. Okay. Now, if you're in California, a lot of places you have equity in your home. Now, you can go to a lender professional like Diana, and you can say, listen, I want to refinance my house. I want to fix my house up. Okay. Like in California, I mean, real estate in California, I mean, you're in the 800 on above. I mean, millions of dollars for real estate. And in Las Vegas, where I'm also licensed, real estate there's no more $50,000 condos. There's no more $70,000 homes. Those homes now are almost in the threes, if not over 300,000. Condos are over 100,000. Now, comparably to California, that's a good, you know, that's good market, right? That's good price. But if you have not determined what your home is worth, why would you sell it to somebody that's offering you cash and not really understanding what potential you are actually giving away? And on top of that, now you decide that you will talk to this investor. The investor says, I would offer you X amount of dollars for your home, and they bring their contract with you. Remember, you don't have representation, but they have lawyers. They have real estate agents that work within their company, okay? And they're going to want you to pay commission, okay? They're going to want you to pay commission. And then they have company fees. Company fees range between 7 and 12%. So if you're looking at a $550,000 house, I think 12% of that is what, 66,000 or so, something like that. That's just on company fees. Where is that money going to? So there's pros and cons. If you're desperate, you'll take it. If you're not, you will call me. Let me work with you. If I'm not in the state that you're located, I can refer you to a professional that knows how to negotiate with an investor. There should be no other fees that you should be paying. And of course, I did not mention that if you do decide to go further with this investor, that they do have a inspection process. They'll go through your house as you told them when they walked to your door or you spoke to them on the phone that my house needs a lot of work. After they do their inspection, they're going to ask you to reduce your house so that they can take care of the repairs that need to be done. These are iBuyers, people. These are investors. Now, once they decide to take all this money from you and they close, they use all their services, all their title, all their escrow, their own representation, which will be representing you with no representation. You drive around your house 3-6 months later, your house has a pool. It's probably 2-story. The landscape is beautiful. You probably drove by it and didn't even recognize that was your home. They actually have fixed the home up and has probably doubled the price and have put it on the market to sell to the open market. So my point to say is that be careful, people. If you get iBuyers knocking at your door or you're getting emails and you're anxious about selling, me as being a broker, what I do is I sit down with you. We do comparable comps analysis of homes that are similar in your area. Because remember, when a buyer purchases a home, they have to get it appraised, because if they're getting it financed, it's appraised. Now, I work with many investors, like I said before, that have purchased homes that I have listed and have been very fair to the seller. What you want to do is you can list your home. You can, depending on the condition, you can say cash only, because other financing companies might not be allow their buyers to purchase based on some of the things that have to be done. Now, there are also investors out there that will loan you money to help you take care of some minor repairs on your home. And what they will do is once the house sells, they will get paid through escrow. So if you need to get some windows done, doors replaced, painted, things like that, that are not technically major repairs, you can find investors that can do that. So be aware, everybody, that iBuyers are instant cash buyers that knock on your door, send you mailers. If you get those, call me. Call me. Email me. Facebook me. Say, hey, I got this offer. I want you to look into it. And trust me, many of times that homeowners have called me when I approached that investor, I heard crickets. Nothing. Didn't get a call back or anything. So why is that? It's not the benefit of letting the seller have more money. It's the benefit of the iBuyer not being able to get something that's below market and then hitting you over the head again with other fees and other reductions. So again, be very mindful of iBuyers. The last thing about that is the Market Watch has looked into many of the iBuyers and have identified that sellers have lost over 11% of money of what they could have earned, sometimes higher than that, on their property. So please be aware. I do work with many buyers, and so do a lot of the real estate agents. A lot of the buyers do not ask for termite inspections. They don't ask for a lot of little things that some traditional buyers would ask for. So again, be very mindful of that and feel free to give me a call. If any buyers are out there, if you're interested in receiving a buyer's guide, please put it on my Facebook page and just say free guide. And I will send you a free buyer's guide that will have a list of all the things that you need to do as you go into the buying process. So we're going to bring Diana Dikes back up for the closing, and we're going to talk a little bit about maybe refinancing.
So refinancing is the time to do it now because you don't know what's going to happen with the market. So right now I'm getting calls and people, I'll look up your values. I will pull up and get a range of your values. My team and I will go over what the best is for you, the rates. But a lot of people are having equity, and if you still have to have your job, you cannot be in furlough. Okay. So we're refinancing to get people down to a lower rate and cash out. People are taking 30, 40,000. They're fixing up their home. They're putting money in the bank in case they do get laid off their job. Right. This is a great time to refinance. Here, we're locally in Vegas, but we do all over. We can help people all over, and we're in 49 states, so we just do not help you in New York. We're not in New York, but we can help you. This is a great time to refinance, to save money, fix up your house. Maybe your husband or wife is out of work. Maybe your partner is out of work. This is a great time to refinance, get that cash, put it in for a cushion, fix up your house, do some different things. People aren't, you can't go on vacation, so fix your house up.
Right.
Buy, cash out and buy an investment property. Get Leanne. Let me get you pre-qualified and have Leanne buy you an investment property. That's right. Financial wealth, not only for you, but for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. We have to stop this. There's way too many people that are coming to my office that have messed up their credit and still think, they look good. Yeah, you might look good physically, but inside you are financially broke. And we are begging on this show to tell you how to get it. Refinancing is a great time right now. Well, Miss Diana, I only have a 585 FICO. Well, I could do a FHA refinance. Your FICO score went down. I could get you up to 85% of the loan to value for your cash out. Investors, this is a great time to refinance. I have one investor, she's refinancing all 7 of her homes.
Wow.
All the way down from 4% all the way down to 3.875. So my team and I, we did it. We were helping her, and she's able to, it's a cash in. And when you refinance, you get a 30-day lapse. So say that you close in July, your next payment will be due in September. So investors, this is a great time to refinance. Homeowners, great time. California and Las Vegas, because we're shut down. You can get those two. Find your paperwork, and get that cash out to do everything. One person got cash out and bought a boat. They're living on their boat right now because they said they got tired of living in their house.
Diana, and that's the point which you just said. If you have equity, we don't know what this new normal is going to be.
Right.
We don't know what this new normals are going to be.
So you might as well take it out now.
That's right. Look at your finances. I mean, California is shutting down. The malls are closed. Nail shops, hair shops, gyms, all of that has closed down, I think, as of last week. So if things don't get better, we're going to go down to a complete shutdown again. So we all have to start looking at our finances differently. Looking at your home. If you have equity, perhaps there's some things you need to do that might sustain you if you're working. You know what I mean? So you can pay that, obviously. But there's other alternatives. You can call Diana Dikes. I have her information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You guys can have a Q&A about what can be done. Again, if you're interested in buying real estate, single family, multi-units, commercial, a lot of companies are going out of business. A lot of people are selling their commercial properties. There's some multi-units that are being sold. People are cashing out because, again, we don't know what the new normal is going to be. And that might be an opportunity for a lot of you all out there who are interested in purchasing multi-units or single family homes. Again, I'm pushing multi-units today because of the income opportunities there. You can live in one. If you're doing the loan through any of the FHA programs, you have to live in one of the units. So if you're buying,
and you get an occupied rate. You get an owner occupied rate, and you can use the down payment assistance money.
That's what I was going to also bring up too.
What a great avenue!
Explain that in a few minutes, like 1 minute, Diana, real quickly about that.
Okay, so you come to the class or you take the class online. It's either California or here. You get the down payment assistance money. You can use the down payment assistance for down payment. Leanne could try to bargain and negotiate for closing costs. So we can get you into a duplex, triplex, fourplex. You get that. You have to have inspector money. You have to have inspector money, and you have to have appraisal money, okay? You can put that as the only thing on your credit card. I get the 10 commandments. But once you do that, you get an owner-occupied rate. You don't get an investor rate. You're going to live in it, and the other side or the other 3 units, you're going to be able to rent it out. You know, we got a guy that was a pilot in the service, so he can work everywhere. So a lot of you are able to now work at home. Las Vegas or Nevada or some Arizona have the smaller sales price opportunities than California. And Leanne can find those diamonds in the rough. You find it and you'll be able to work at home. Now people are shutting down businesses and saying, you know what? We're getting more production out of you working out of your house, and we don't have to pay that high rent on commercial buildings, okay? So a lot of people are able to work at home. You can utilize that as long as we get a letter from your employer that you're able to work at home. It's time.
That's right. Time. So everybody, you're out there, you have a salary, you have an income. You know, start taking advantage of that. You know, start taking advantage of that. Go through these programs. You know, start looking for real estate that's going to make sense for you. Diana, I want to thank you for coming on Kitchen Talk again. You're one of our favorite guests on the show.
Thank you. You're my favorite also because you're knowledgeable.
Yes,
and you take your business seriously. We heart for our clients. You know, we really heart for our clients.
Yep. And, you know, and we want you to know that when we work with you, we're very loyal to you. You know, we put it all out there. We listen to you. We want to do what you think you want to do. Sometimes that is not always the case based on the situation, but we're here for you. So again, thank you, Diana Dikes.
Thank you,
Diana. Her information is scrolling below. And
bye-bye, Leanne. Thank you so much for having me on this. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So everybody, thank you for joining Kitchen Talk today. This, you know, only have an hour, but, you know, we want to be able to provide you this information. Again, knowledge, information, education, all of that is very valuable. So if you're serious about buying multi-unit properties, you know, start preparing your life for that right now. And reach out to me. You can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me on my Facebook page at Impressive Properties USA for California. And you can also reach me at Leanne Moore at Elite Realty in Las Vegas. Diana Dikes is also available on Facebook. And again, her information is on the screen. So again, if you're a homeowner out there, you have questions about selling your home, you have iBuyers that have been approaching you for cash, we can get you some cash buyers if it makes sense to them. They bring in their design teams. They really analyze the situation and they want to make it fair for you and also to be able to make money from that real estate again. So I want to also tell everybody to, you know, be safe out there. Stay home, stay safe, stay connected. Wear your mask. Wear your mask, everybody. It's very important that, you know, we stay safe, wear